Welcome back to another Game a Day by Zay presentation from the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm asking Isaiah Rhodes. I know it's been a while since I have recorded, but trust me, I've been working and I'm happy to be back performing. We're looking at the Brooklyn Nets versus the Milwaukee Bucks. This game has a lot of playoff implications as both teams are battling for that number one seed out east. The Nets come in with the number one record in the East, 43 and 21, a half game lead ahead of the Philadelphia 76ers and a 3.5 game lead over the Milwaukee Bucks, who come in with a record of 39 and 24. Now, both teams have been managing injuries to star players as Giannis Antetokounmpo makes his return after spraining his ankle on Thursday. This is his first game back. He actually missed the game on Friday. In preparation for this game, he had some time to practice earlier and shoot around. He felt solid about it, and he's coming back and performing. This year, he's averaging 28 points per game, shooting 57%, 11.2 rebounds per game, and just under 6 rebounds per game. Very on par with his previous 2 seasons in which he won league MVP twice. Now, the Brooklyn Nets, I mentioned their number one record in the East. They've been able to do that while managing multiple injuries to Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving, who have all missed time for a variety of reasons. But Kevin Durant is back from his most recent hamstring and quad injuries, and he's been performing at an exceptional rate when he's been on the court, averaging 28 points per game, shooting 57%, shooting 45% from three. He's just amazing right now. But the Nets' main focus is making sure that Kevin Durant, more than anyone, is able to be standing just prior to the playoffs. It's 2 weeks left in the season, so the Nets are just trying to make sure they get to the finish line in preparation for the war. Right now, the score is tied at 4, and as I said, that Kevin Durant gets a basket driving to the right baseline and is able to get it up off the glass. And then you see Kyrie Irving in the post steal it from, pardon me, Brook Lopez, and able to get the Nets out and running. Kyrie Irving mid-range jumper off the back rim. It's no good. And we'll get the starting five to you. Right now it's Dante DiVincenzo, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, and Giannis Antetokounmpo are the starting five for the Bucks. For the Nets, Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris, Jeff Green, DeAndre Jordan, and Kevin Durant are the five for the Nets. The Nets are without James Harden, who is out indefinitely with a hamstring injury. He actually had a setback a couple of weeks ago that forced him to go back to square one. And the Nets, understanding how valuable James Harden is to their season, the normally durable two guard, historic, prolific scorer, and playmaker for this team, is sitting out until the playoffs in preparation for a long playoff run. Kyrie Irving misses the mid-range jumper from the left baseline, rebounded by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo goes right at DeAndre Jordan and gets the basket to fall. Both teams have been 2 of 6 from the floor, but Giannis gets the basket going um, right at DeAndre Jordan. Giannis so far tonight 3 of 5, and Kevin Durant misses the mid-range jumper, but DeAndre Jordan is there for the offensive rebound and putback. So we look at this replay. We see Giannis going full head of steam. He slows down just a bit in preparation for the double. It doesn't come. So he goes right at DeAndre, takes contact, going left, spins back to his right shoulder, and gets the floater inside. So in 3 minutes already, 6 points, 3 of 5 from the floor. I mentioned the all-around numbers of Giannis. The Bucks understand how valuable Giannis is. The pressure that he puts on defenses is second to none, especially with his size and versatility. It allows for the Bucks to create many opportunities from the outside, but the flaw in Giannis's game has yet to be complemented by the Bucks so far in the playoffs. Yes, he goes downhill. He puts pressure on defenses, but in the playoffs, when the games get more condensed and more locked down in terms of defensively, it's very easy to put that wall up against Giannis, and he doesn't have any fluidity to his game in terms of creating shots off the dribble, and really, in a lot of ways, his lack of jump shooting has put him in precarious positions and his team in precarious positions where they don't score the best down the stretch of close games. Now, I'm of the opinion that Giannis doesn't need to necessarily take the most jump shots, but he needs to be working on his post game so that way, if he's in the post, the footwork will allow for him to draw double teams and get more efficient shots for his teammates in the half court. Well, we'll see what happens come playoff time. But so far, at least in the regular season over the last couple of years, like every Mike Budenholzer team, the Bucks win. They just knocked down the three. Drew Holiday, the offseason acquisition from the New Orleans Pelicans, comes up huge with a three-point shot, the first three-point make of the day as the Bucks tie the game at 11. You see Kevin Durant come right back and get a floater inside. Defensively, there's nothing you can do with Kevin Durant. And although he's dealt with some debilitating injuries over the last couple of years that have sidelined him for long stretches of time, when he comes back, his skills are top notch as always. We look at Chris Middleton try to work the left baseline. He has it blocked by DeAndre Jordan, and Kyrie Irving comes right back and knocks in the three from the left wing, giving the Brooklyn Nets a 5-point lead. I spoke about efficiency with Kevin Durant. When you look at what Kyrie Irving has done specifically from a shooting efficiency standpoint, for someone that's averaging 27 points per game, to be shooting 52% from the field, to be shooting over 40% from three, at the rate at which he's been able to shoot, to be his size, to be the diminutive size that he is, to show that level of efficiency and prolificacy, it's amazing. Kyrie is often recognized as the best ball handler in the history of the NBA. His skill set for that size is second to none. But the thing about Kyrie has been more about durability. Will he be available? Will he uh, be able to take the pressures that come with being a superstar and face of a team? Now, with Harden and Durant, they've been able to shield him in a lot of respects from that regard. He doesn't have to be the face of the Nets, but he's definitely going to have to take on the pressures that come with chasing the championship. They're going to rely on him to have to play at this level. So far, he's been able to do it this season. This year, he might make his third All NBA team of his career. We'll have to see because the guard position this year has been so tough on both in both the Eastern Conference and Western Conference. With that said, Kyrie's numbers have allowed for the Nets to uh, deal with the injuries to Kevin Durant and James Harden throughout the season. So much respect to KD and the Nets. We'll be back as the Nets lead the Bucks 16-11. This is a game of day by day presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rose. Stay tuned for more. We're back as the Bucks unable to score out of that timeout. Kyrie Irving comes right back. Free throw line extended and knocks in the jumper to give the Nets a 7-point lead, 18-11, and he's fouled on the jumper. So he'll be going to the free throw line looking to complete a 3-point play so far. If you look at the shooting for both teams, Nets 7 of 12 from the floor, 58% shooting, while the Bucks are 5 of 12. Both teams unable to really get going from the three. The Nets 1 of 2. The Bucks 1 of 4 from three. The free throw shooting for the Nets 3 of 3. Kyrie Irving will be going to the free throw line looking to make that 4 of 4. He makes the free throw. So the Bucks trail the Nets 19-11 so far. You look at Middleton. Middleton pulls up for the 3-point shot and knocks it down. So he gives the Bucks their second 3-point shot of the game. The Bucks this season have been very efficient. They've been able to knock down threes in an amazing clip. If you look at recent history, the Bucks actually would be the highest scoring team in the last 30 years for the NBA. That's how well they've been able to score at a high clip. But again, they've been able to do this in the regular season. Come playoff time, they're always challenged by when the defense bogs down and really closes up that paint, and that's really predicated on what Giannis uses to get a lot of their open shots. Drew Holiday was acquired in the offseason to try to get this team over the hump. Let's see how he's able to perform under the pressure. Chris Middleton knocks in another jump shot, so 5 straight points for Middleton, and the deficit that was initially 8 is now 3. Middleton 3 of 5 from the floor, 7 points. The Nets working around the Jeff Green for the left wing, and the 3-point shot is good for Jeff Green. Jeff Green is in his perfect role with this Nets team. He's a utility player. He can do everything. Not at a high clip, but he's very skilled at scoring. He's a very polished shooter. He can pass. He's a willing passer. His size allows him to be a solid defender and rebounder. So he does anything that the Nets really ask of him. He's a great role player in that he doesn't require much maintenance. He would fit in with any team, and I think being on a team with multiple stars allows him to fit in and play his natural game and contribute at a high level. So it's a 6-point game, 22-16, Bucks basketball in the post. Giannis takes a mid-range jumper over DeAndre Jordan, but the rebound is deflected and goes straight to Giannis where he gets a two-hand slam. So although the miss was there, Giannis' tenacity on the offensive glass gets another basket for him, 8 points in the first quarter. Look at Kyrie Irving kick it out to Landry Shamet, who's in the game for the first time. Crossover dribble, he gets it to Kevin Durant. Mid-range jumper over PJ Tucker. Those two in particular have had a number of battles over the years. Most recently with the between the Golden State Warriors and Houston Rockets, both were battling for Western Conference supremacy. Obviously, with Kevin Durant teaming up with Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson and the Warriors, it was very difficult for that Rockets team to get over that hump. But of all the teams during that era to battle the Warriors, the Rockets were always the most formidable. Kevin Durant comes back with another mid-range jumper from the same spot off that mid-range right wing. So back-to-back jumpers for him. Brooklyn up 6, 26-20. Drew Holiday misses his jumper from the left corner, and Jeff Green gets the rebound and looks to push the pace, deflected out of bounds. So Nets basketball up 6, 4:08 left in the first quarter. This is a game of day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. You look at Steve Nash communicating with DeAndre Jordan. This is Nash's first year as an NBA head coach. He had no coaching experience prior to this assignment with the Nets, and that caused for a lot of controversy. But what I will say that Nash did to bolster his coaching staff, he brought in former coach of the year, Mike D'Antoni. The two have had great history going back to the Phoenix Suns days, and D'Antoni's most recent history with the Houston Rockets, as I mentioned, those years going against the Warriors and being the most formidable against those teams. You look at what both Nash and D'Antoni accomplished together to have them on this coaching staff, along with other coaches like Royal Ivey, who's had a number of years as an assistant coach, and a number of other coaches to complement what Nash wants to accomplish. I think the coaching staff that Nash has makes up for his inexperience, and I think it's been very collaborative in helping this Nets team be successful. You look at Drew Holiday in the post going against Kevin Durant. Good defense by Kevin Durant, but not enough as Durant commits the foul. Good post play there by Drew Holiday to draw that foul. He'll go to the free throw line. So we look at the replay. Because of Durant's size, Drew Holiday had to use a number of pump fakes to even get Durant moving, but Durant tried to go for the block. He got a lot of arm and coming down on that block. Holiday on the season, averaging 17 points per game, 6 assists and 4.5 rebounds. Holiday, another one of those very skilled players. Not great at anything, but he's very good at a lot of things. What I will say is he's a great one-on-one defender. He gets a lot of respect around the league as one of the premier one-on-one defenders and very versatile. He can defend multiple positions. Uh, Look at PJ Tucker guarding Kevin Durant. Good initial defense there as Durant had to try to kick it to Landry Shamet. It was stolen by Pat Connaughton, but he wasn't able to get that layup to fall. So Nets come right back as Durant gets it to the likes of Kyrie Irving from the right wing. He misses a three, but Blake Griffin coming off the bench is there for the offensive rebound, put back and finish. He's fouled on the play, so he'll go to the free throw line looking to complete the three-point play. Durant, pardon me, Blake Griffin, able to be in the right place at the right time as Brook Lopez missed time to his jump to go get that rebound, and Blake gets the easy lane. Now, if you look at Blake's career trajectory going back to the uh, Los Angeles Clippers, his numbers on this Nets team is a stark contrast from what it used to be. Averaging just under 10 points per game, averaging under 5 rebounds at 4.9 rebounds per game. This is a player on the Clippers who averaged between 21 and 24 points per game consistently. Uh, was a double threat every game in terms of rebounding. But uh, when you look at a player of his athleticism and size over time, those break down and you get to the point where you, you look for championship opportunities before your career is over. This is where Blake is at right now. He's looking to hitch his way to a championship contender. This Brooklyn Nets team is at the top of every championship contender. Obviously, each team is chasing the Los Angeles Lakers, who just won the 2020 NBA championship. But with the talent that this Nets team has assembled and the skill that this Nets team has, they can battle and be versatile against every team in the NBA. It's yet to be seen if their lack of playing time together will affect them, but I think they would rather figure that out with everyone healthy later on versus having to wonder if they have enough talent and be and fall short because they didn't have enough. So we'll see how that turns out. But we'll be back as it is under 3 minutes to play, 2 minutes and 58 seconds left in the first quarter. Nets lead by 7, 28-21. So stay tuned for more. This is a game of the day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned. Welcome back as we're out of the timeout. I said prior to that break, I said 28-21. It's 29-21. Blake Griffin actually completed the three-point play prior to that break. So, three-point shot from Brett Forbes is no good. And in turn, the Nets come right back and knock down another three-point shot as Blake Griffin knocks down a three from the left corner. Blake tonight, 6 points, 2 of 2 from the floor in 2 minutes. Brook Lopez looked to respond from three, unable to get that to fall. Tyler Johnson gets the long rebound. He comes straight down and shoots a three. He misses it short. Rebound by Forbes. He gets it ahead to Drew Holiday. Holiday working the left sideline. Going right at Kyrie Irving in the post. Takes the left-handed floater in the post. Able to knock that down. Seeing Holiday go against Kyrie Irving, a big-time matchup. As I mentioned, Holiday, one of the best defenders in the NBA. Kyrie Irving, one of the best ball handlers and scorers in the game one-on-one. So that should be a premier matchup at that guard position. Kyrie turns over the basketball. Bucks try to get out and run, but they in turn turn over the basketball. Tyler Johnson finds Landry Shamet in the right corner for three. So now the Brooklyn Nets have put up 35 points with 1 minute and 20 seconds left here in the third. Bucks trail by 12. We look at bench scoring for the Nets, 9 points compared to the Bucks, 0. That's played a part in why the Nets have this 12-point lead. And Brook Lopez called for a carry in the post. This is a rare call. You usually see that a lot, but he got caught right there. So another turnover for the Bucks. Kyrie Irving on the left block, guarded by Drew Holiday. Driving to that left baseline. Great pass from Kyrie Irving to Alize Johnson. Johnson is fouled inside, going up for the finish. Alize Johnson, who had a number of 10-day contracts this season prior to solidifying a $4.1 million contract extension with the Nets. Uh, that is great for Alize Johnson, considering how hard he had to work to settle in here in the NBA. But despite his size only being 6'7", he's been a battle-tested bruiser inside. He brings good energy off of the bench. And as you can see, despite the magnitude of this game, I mentioned both teams being championship contenders, battling for that number one seed. He's in the game very early, providing minutes, providing energy, and just being available for Kyrie in the paint. Johnson makes both free throws. So now the Nets lead by 14, 37-23. Drew Holiday with the basketball. Takes a screen from Middleton. He gets the switch on Kevin Durant. Holiday goes to Middleton. Middleton guarded by Alize Johnson. Free throw line extended. 6 on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper is good. Good defense there by Johnson. Just Middleton, one of the best shooters in the NBA, able to get his shot off and knock it down. So it's a 12-point game. Nets with the basketball. Shamet takes a three. He's unable to get it to fall, but rebounded by Tyler Johnson. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson goes to Kevin Durant. Durant misses a three. So the shot clock is off. Nets lead the Bucks by 12. Middleton just knocked down the jumper for the Bucks. Now he has the basketball. Takes the switch. He has Blake Griffin on him. Pulls up for the three. A dead-eye three is good. So Nets lead by 9 now. Tyler Johnson with 3 seconds left trying to get a shot off. He's blocked in the paint by Lopez as the shot clock expires. So we go into the second quarter with the Brooklyn Nets putting up 37 points. They've been able to get out and run. They knocked down 4 3-pointers here in this first quarter, 4 of 10 from 3, whereas the Bucks are 3 of 9 from 3. One of the key reasons why the Nets have been able to get out and run, they've gotten a spectacular performance off of their bench, which has allowed for them to create this separation. We'll be back with more as the Nets lead the Bucks by 9, 37-28. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as the Nets lead the Bucks 37-28. One of the key reasons why the Nets are up by 9 so far, although Giannis and Middleton for the Bucks have 28 points on 12 of 21 shooting, the rest of the team has 0. They haven't been able to make a field goal, so the Nets have been able to stop everyone else. Mike James comes into the game for the Nets as the Nets are working in their second unit. Here they have Blake Griffin, Tyler Johnson, Mike James, who I just mentioned, just added to this Nets roster. Landry Shamet and DeAndre Jordan on the floor. They weren't able to get a field goal there. Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez, Jeff Teague, and Dante DiVincenzo on the floor. Inside, Brook Lopez able to finish off of a setup from Giannis Antetokounmpo. So it is now a 7-point deficit for the Bucks. Nets lead by 7, 37-30. Mike James kicks out to Blake Griffin from the left corner. 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by DiVincenzo. So the Bucks, who trail by as many as 14 there in that first quarter, now trying to make a run. Middleton misses a floater inside, rebounded by Blake Griffin. He gets the rebound, looks to push into the paint. He goes to the left block, guarded by Giannis. His dribble was deflected out of bounds. We look at James Harden. Harden, as I mentioned, only played 42 games this year. Harden, prior to his injury, was putting up spectacular MVP caliber numbers, and a lot of that is a testament to his all-around performance. A lot was made about how he left Houston and how he forced his way out. But even after all of that had passed, to see what he was able to do to keep the Nets formidable, despite the injury to Kevin Durant and the missed time by Kyrie Irving, he was definitely in that MVP conversation prior to his hamstring injury. But again, the Nets have so much talent that Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, James Harden, whoever's out, they've been able to keep afloat and sustain the top 2 spot in the East for the majority of the season. Steal by Giannis Antetokounmpo as he tries to work the baseline, going at Blake Griffin. There's a foul. The N1 is not complete, but Giannis draws the foul. Coming back into the game for the Nets would be Kevin Durant. Durant, first quarter, 6 points. Very efficient as always. 3-point shot for Giannis off of that inbound is good. He knocks in 3. So it's a 4-point game now, 37-33. At the rim, Giannis blocks DeAndre Jordan. Great defense there by the 2020 Defensive Player of the Year. 2020 saw a big year for Giannis as he won his second consecutive MVP, but also won Defensive Player of the Year. One of 4 players ever to win Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. Mid-range jumper for Kevin Durant, no good. We look at Giannis attacking DeAndre, and he's fouled. Hard foul there by DeAndre Jordan, as DeAndre didn't want to give up anything easy. Look at Giannis go downhill again. I mentioned that pressure he puts on defenses, and DeAndre just wasn't able to truly get there and position himself. So before Giannis can even get gathered to go up for a strong slam, DeAndre pulls him down and prevents him from getting a solid shot off. Giannis, so far, 11 points, 5 of 10 from the floor, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Free throw is good, so it's a 3-point game. We look at the actual injury from Giannis going back to Thursday. They were guarding the Houston Rockets. He got injured early in that first quarter. He only played 46 seconds. Yet the Bucks still fought for the majority of that game. They actually could have won that game if not for a 50-point performance from Kevin Porter Jr. And to see the level of shooting that Porter Jr. Displayed in that game really showed you his potential here in this league. But again, the Bucks fell just short in that game, lost by 7. He was able to sit out their game against the Bulls on Friday and then come back here tonight. Missed jumper by Kevin Durant. Bucks get a rebound from Chris Middleton. Middleton drives and kicks to Jeff Teague. Teague working that left baseline. Steps out for a 3 over Kevin Durant. He misses it. An air ball rebounded by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan gets it to Kevin Durant, and Durant is able to go left into the paint, but finish with his right hand. So Durant, 4 of 10 from the floor. He started this second quarter kind of cold, but 4 of 10, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Missed shot there by Chris Middleton, rebounded by DeAndre Jordan. James trying to get it ahead to Joe Harris. It's deflected by Teague, but the Nets still able to maintain possession. Kevin Durant steps right into a 3-point shot. So the Nets taking the Bucks' best shot so far. They responded in kind, increasing the lead back to 8. So it's 42-34. Head coach Mike Budenholzer has to call a timeout to stop the bleeding. Nets lead the Bucks. We'll be back with more. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Out of the timeout, the Bucks get a basket from Giannis Antetokounmpo, working from the right block, going into the paint, finishing with the left hand. Nets get it back to Kevin Durant, guarded by P.J. Tucker, fadeaway jumper from Durant. No problem. Great defense there by P.J. Tucker, just better offense from one of the best offensive players the league has ever seen. Nets back up 8. Dante DiVincenzo looking to get a mid-range jumper to fall, unable to do so, rebounded by DeAndre Jordan. So Durant scored the last 7 points for Brooklyn, 44-36. Nets lead the Bucks. James looking to set up Durant in the post, guarded by DiVincenzo, deflected, and they say that Durant stepped out of bounds. Good defense there by DiVincenzo as he was forced to front Durant. Obviously, Durant at 7 feet has a huge height advantage over DiVincenzo, but DiVincenzo able to play the front position defensively and force that turnover. That in turn turned into a mid-range jumper from Giannis Antetokounmpo. So now the Bucks forcing multiple turnovers back to back. That's the Nets' 8th turnover here in the first half, and Kyrie Irving comes back into the game. We look at this mid-range jumper from Giannis. As he initially saw pressure from Mike James, Mike James went back to Jeff Teague defensively in that space that was left for Giannis. He walked right into it, stepped into that jump shot. Jeff Teague working the left baseline, goes to Pat Connaughton, who finds Antetokounmpo at the rim with the left hand slam. So great setup there from Jeff Teague and Pat Connaughton working the baseline. And Antetokounmpo gets his 18th point. 18 points on 8 of 13 shooting, 3 rebounds. Kyrie Irving back into the game, guarded by DiVincenzo and Jeff Teague. It doesn't matter as a mid-range jumper is good. Nets respond now up 6. We approach 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Irving, 8 points, 3 of 7 from the floor, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Teague, floater inside over Irving. It falls. So the Bucks have settled into this game. Obviously, this is a heavyweight fight as both teams are fighting for supremacy in the East. Bucks are the 3rd ranked team in the East, while the Nets are the 1st. And in between then is Philadelphia. Philadelphia plays the San Antonio Spurs later tonight. So if the Bucks win this game, they'll not only pick up a game on the Bucks, but they'll knock the Nets back to 2nd. If the Sixers win against the Spurs, then the Sixers will jump back into that number 1 seed. Bucks able to force a turnover again against the Nets. Nets have 4 turnovers here in this second quarter, and Giannis comes back and gets a goaltend. He goes baseline on DeAndre Jordan and actually dunks it with the left hand, but prior to the ball going in the basket, DeAndre Jordan sticks his hand up through the rim from the bottom, so that is the automatic goaltend. Giannis now with 20 points here in the first half. Durant guarded by Jrue Holiday. One leg fade away from Durant, no good. Free throw line extended, wasn't able to get it to fall. So it's a 2-point game now, 46-44. Giannis steps into a straightaway 3. It goes off the side of the rim, goes straight out of bounds. So if you're the Nets, that's the type of shot you want Giannis to take. The majority of Giannis's points have come in the paint, as the majority of his points do. Every now and then he mixes in a jumper. But those type of threes are the type of threes you want Giannis taking. Missed 3 from Durant. Won't stop DeAndre Jordan on the offensive glass. He gets the rebound and is fouled, going right back up to finish that layup. That foul's by P.J. Tucker. So Nets lead by 2. DeAndre Jordan goes to the free throw line. We look at the free throw shooting for both teams. Nets 7 of 7 so far. The Bucks 2 of 4. First free throw for Jordan is no good. He misses it off the back rim. Historically, DeAndre Jordan missed that free throw, but over the last 2 years, DeAndre Jordan had improved his free throw shooting to such a degree. He had jumped up to 70% from the free throw line. This is a guy who shot 38% from the free throw line, 43%, 58%. But going back to 2018, he actually shot 71%. In 2020, he shot 68%. So he definitely turned his free throw shooting around. But this year, he's regressed back to 51% from the free throw line. He goes 1 of 2 at the line. Nets up 3, 47-44. Missed jumper by Jrue Holiday allows for the Nets to get out of run. Joe Harris from the left corner, 3-point shot is good. Great pressure there by Kyrie Irving to push the pace. Nets back up 6 with 4:41 remaining here in the first half. Holiday, guarded by Irvin, takes the dribble handoff from PJ Tucker. Goes right at DeAndre Jordan. Holiday able to finish with that left hand. So good attack there by Drew Holiday. Look at the fast break points for both teams. Nets have 11 fast break points compared to the Bucks, who have 0. Kyrie playing a two-man game with DeAndre. DeAndre tried to dunk the basketball, goes off the back rim, but it's rebounded by Joe Harris. Harris gets it to Durant, but Durant's dribble is stolen. And PJ Tucker takes the left corner three. Good. So it's now a 1-point game. The Bucks have come all the way back. They trail by 14 there in the first quarter. Now they only trail by 1. It's 50-49. This is the Game of the Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more as the Brooklyn Nets lead the Milwaukee Bucks 50-49. Welcome back, as this is the Game of the Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Brooklyn leads the Bucks by 1, but this Bucks team has battled back, trailing by as many as 14. They cut the deficit to 1, but the Nets come back and get a score from Kyrie Irving, working the left baseline, able to, the right baseline, able to get under the basket and finish a reverse. So great execution there by the Nets out of that timeout. But Drew Holiday comes right back and knocks in a 3 for the Bucks to tie the game at 52. So back and forth we go. Both of these teams, again, have championship aspirations. Each team is in the hunt for the number 1 seed right now. The Nets lead the East at 43-21. The Bucks, 39-24. Kyrie Irving misses a 3 off the back rim, but it's rebounded by Kevin Durant. Nets get the reset. Landry Shamet looking to attack. He's fouled going to the rim. So great aggressiveness there from Landry Shamet, who's proving to be very, very serviceable as a shooter for this Nets team. He's someone that can stretch the floor and go off the dribble at times. The thing about Shamet is he's been on 3 teams so far in his career. He's been with the Sixers, the Clippers, and now the Nets. His thing is more so about durability. He dealt with some injuries throughout his career that's kept him in and out of the lineup, so his rhythm is never really a consistent rhythm. But when he does get it going for teams, to be able to shoot at the level that he has or that he's capable of is very, very beneficial to this Nets team. This Nets team has dealt with a number of injuries throughout the year. As I mentioned, we're looking at James Harden, who's missed 17 games. Kevin Durant has missed a number of games dealing with Achilles recovery. The team is low managed him for some time. Then you dealt with the hamstring injuries recently. So you're dealing with those two specifically, but then you got to remember that Spencer Dinwiddie's out for the year with a torn ACL. Then we deal with Tyler Johnson, who's missing games as well. This team has never been healthy all year with everyone involved available at the same time. So to see where they are dealing with that goes to show you how much talent they have. But as the season comes down to the wire and you're dealing with the Bucks, you're dealing with the Sixers, you have to have everyone on deck to battle against the likes of these type of teams. Brent Forbes knocks in the 3 for the Bucks, so the Bucks now lead by 3, 57-54. Kyrie Irving is blocked at the rim, looking to respond. Forbes in the left corner, unable to knock in the 3. Chris Middleton comes right back and finishes. And now the Bucks, who trailed by 14 in that first quarter, now lead by 5, 59-54. They're currently on a 7-0 run over the last minute, and Chris Middleton steals a pass from Landry Shamet. Middleton in the post against Jeff Green, unable to knock in the jumper, rebounded by Shamet. 1:34 remaining here in the first half. Kyrie Irving at the rim, thought about a layup, instead kicks it back out to Shamet. The Nets reset. Drew Holiday guarding Kevin Durant. Pull-up jumper from Durant, good. Durant now with 15 points here in his first half. His points are much needed considering the fact that Giannis Antetokounmpo has 20. Durant, who had gone a stretch where he was missing games, his field goal percentage was at 4 of 10. Now he's at 7 of 15. Drew Holiday from 3, the right wing 3 is no good. Rebounded by Joe Harris. Durant with the basketball gets it to Harris. Harris steps into a 3. He misses it short. Rebounded by Holiday. Holiday pushes, but he slows down, looking to reset. So we're under a minute to play. We look at the three-point shooting for both teams. Milwaukee 7 of 18. The Nets are 6 of 16. Middleton guarded by Kyrie. And the layup is no good for Middleton, but it's rebounded by P.J. Tucker. He kicks out to Forbes. Forbes knocks in another three. So Brent Forbes is having a huge second quarter here to open things up for the Bucks. Bucks up 6. Forbes is 2 of 4 from 3. 62 to 56. Three-point shot for Durant to respond is good. So Durant with 18. 62 to 59. The offense is picked up here in the second quarter. Durant with 12 points here in the quarter. So this is the last possession for the Bucks. They went into this quarter trailing by 9. Now they lead by 3. That's a 12-point turnaround. Brent Forbes looking to finish the quarter, unable to get the finish, and is rebounded by Durant as time expires here in the first half. So the Bucks lead by 3, 62 to 59. The Bucks able to come back, trailing by as many as 14, but they lead by 3, and that is because of the great three-point shooting from this Bucks team here in the second quarter. They've turned it around. They're 8 of 19 from 3. We look at the free throw shooting, the Nets 10 of 11, while the Bucks have only taken 4 free throws. But the ability to get on the run, they forced 11 Nets turnovers. And when we look at points in the paint, the Bucks are outscoring the Nets 26 to 18. Also, the issue with the Nets, as I mentioned, with the turnovers, they're also not moving the ball as well as you would like. They only have 8 assists. Once they start to get more fluidity with their offense, right now they're relying on Kevin Durant, who has been amazing. He's shooting 8 of 16 from the floor. He's played 20 of the 24 minutes allotted in the first half. So the Nets have to pay attention to that, especially when he's coming back off of multiple injuries. But 8 of 16 from the floor for Durant, 5 rebounds. He's been able to work all facets of the areas of the game, whether it be three-point shooting, mid-range shooting, or the above. Kyrie Irving 4 of 11 from the floor, 10 points. When you look at what the Bucks have gotten from Giannis Antetokounmpo, in 15 minutes, he's 9 of 15 from the floor, 20 points, 4 rebounds. Chris Middleton picked up his scoring. He has 16 points, most of those in the second quarter, 7 of 13 from the floor. Drew Holiday has also been efficient with 5 of 10 from the floor, 13 points, 3 rebounds, no assists. For the bench play, the Nets got great early bench play from Landry Shamet and Blake Griffin. The bench play for the Nets, they have 13 points off the bench, while the Bucks have 11 points off the bench. So a relatively even game. The difference is 1 3-point shot. So we'll see how these teams are able to make adjustments going into the second half and who will come out on top. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Bucks lead the Nets 62 to 59. We'll be back. Welcome back as we get the second half started between the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks led the Nets at the half 62 to 59, but they get a shot a dunk from Jeff Green to start the half to cut the deficit to 1. And Giannis Antetokounmpo comes right back with a 3-point shot to increase the lead to 4, 65 to 61. And we see a near turnover for the Nets. A broken play here as Kevin Durant able to get a mid-range jumper off, but he misses it, rebounded by Dante DiVincenzo, starting 5. Well, the 5 on the floor to start the second half. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo, Dante DiVincenzo, Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, and Chris Middleton. Antetokounmpo is actually fouled by Kevin Durant in the post, so he'll be going to the free throw line for 2. As we look at this recent dunk by Jeff Green to start the second half, good dribble handoff for Kyrie Irving as Green able to turn that corner on Giannis and catch the Bucks slipping as he gets that dunk. But Giannis came back and knocked in 3 to put the Bucks back up by 4. So the largest lead for the Bucks there in that first half was 6. They trailed by as many as 14. Were able to come back Some great three-point shooting in that second quarter created the separation. And since then, the Nets have been trying to keep pace. Get the 5 to you on the floor for the Nets. Kyrie Irving, Jeff Green, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, and Joe Harris are the 5 on the floor for the Nets to start the second half. And Giannis misses both free throws, but he gets his own rebound. He kicks it to Dante DiVincenzo, who misses the three. Good effort on the offensive glass from Brook Lopez to tip it out to Giannis. But the Bucks have been really, really bad from the free throw line early. 2 of 6 from the free throw line. And in response, Kyrie Irving comes right back and gets an and one opportunity. Kyrie Irving in the post, despite being 6'1", able to work his way in the post against the likes of Jrue Holiday, who's bigger. Holiday couldn't stop Kyrie from turning that corner. Took the contact from Brook Lopez, still able to finish strong, going across the lane. So that'll be an and one opportunity for Kyrie Irving to cut this deficit to 1 if he makes this free throw. And Irving makes the free throw, so it's back to a 1-point game, 65-64. Irving tonight, 13 points, 5 of 12 from the floor. Antetokounmpo guarded by DeAndre Jordan in the post. Spins back to the baseline. The jumper off the glass is good. And that's the type of shots that I want to see from Giannis. Yes, it was a jump shot, but it was based out of the post. Giannis's footwork has to get stronger. His fakes have to get better to the point where the defense is at your mercy. You control what they're going to do in the paint. Not, okay, I'm going to drive downhill and hope that the pressure that I force will get them to move out of the way and I can get any shot I want. Yes, regular season-wise, that'll work over time, but in a series where teams can lock and load on you and really clutter the paint, it's very difficult for you to get certain shots. Another mid-range jumper from Giannis out of the paint. Very good, able to use the one dribble to create separation and knock it down. Giannis tonight, 27 points, 12 of 18 from the floor, only 4 rebounds, but he's been keeping pace offensively. Coming right back is Kevin Durant from the left wing. He's able to get a pin down and knock in the 3. So, 69-67. Giannis looking to respond. He comes right back with a 3 of his own. So, Giannis tonight, 3 3-point shots made. Bucks back up 5, 72-67. Kyrie looking to respond. He misses a 3 straight away. Rebounded by DiVincenzo. Giannis now with his 23rd 30-point game of the season. Looking to attack DeAndre Jordan. Has his shot deflected out of bounds. Good defense there by DeAndre Jordan. And good defense here by DeAndre. He gives Giannis the space. You're playing the scouting report. Giannis is not a great shooter. You give him that 3-point shot every time, but Giannis is in the rhythm. So he was able to knock down that 3. The 3-point shot by Brook Lopez, no good. Chased down by DeAndre, and he gets it to Kyrie Irving. Irving looking to push. Dribble handoff to Joe Harris. He misses it off the back rim. And we look at the initial pass from Chris Middleton. It looked like he was trying to set up Jrue Holiday in the paint, but it turned into an alley-oop attempt that went through Jrue Holiday's hands. And now the Nets looking to come back and respond. Kevin Durant couldn't get the layup to fall, one of the rare missed layups for Kevin Durant tonight. Middleton looking to attack. He gets it to Dante DiVincenzo, who has his dribble deflected. It goes straight into the hand of Giannis Antetokounmpo. He finishes it with the left hand dunk. So when you're hot, the ball is just a magnet to you. 32 points for Antetokounmpo tonight, 14 of 21 from the floor, 4 rebounds. Look at Jrue Holiday again, playing great defense against Kyrie Irving. Irving has made some tough shots tonight, but that hasn't stopped Jrue Holiday's defensive intensity, both against Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant tonight. Jrue Holiday initially, Joe Harris initially had a 3-point shot. He tried to kick it into the paint for DeAndre Jordan, who finds Kyrie Irving on the baseline for a fadeaway jump shot. So 5-point game, 74-69. Drew Holiday looking to get a layup inside. DeAndre Jordan misses. DeAndre Jordan gets the rebound off of Drew Holiday's miss. So Irvin finds Jeff Green. Green looking to set up Durant in the post on the right block. Going towards the baseline pull-up jumper is good. Again, you're looking at Durant, the offensive prowess that he has. He's so versatile, being essentially a 7-foot guard, being able to go off the dribble, utilize his size in the post, being able to get efficient shots. Despite having all of those advantages, he usually takes smart shots, which allows for him to get any team he's on the best shot possible. He has 23 points, but Giannis comes right back and knocks in the jumper over DeAndre Jordan. So he has 34 points. Giannis has 14 points here in this third quarter, and we're still at 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. Drew Holiday fouls Kevin Durant driving to the basket. The foul's on the floor, so we'll be back as it's the immediate timeout. 6:42 remaining here in the third. Bucks lead the Nets 76-71. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Out of that timeout, the Nets come back with a 3-point shot from Kevin Durant to cut the deficit to 2 with 76-74. Bucks lead. Chris Middleton looking to work the pick and roll with Giannis. Giannis with a floater inside. Great two-man game set up by Chris Middleton. Giannis with another basket, 36 points here already. We still have 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Kyrie Irving looking to go at Dante DiVincenzo. Turnover. Giannis pushing. Finds Brent Forbes. Forbes takes a 3 from the left corner. 3-point shot is good. So Brent Forbes already with 2 3-pointers in the first half, 2 in the second, to really create some separation for the Bucks. This first basket here in the second half comes at the right time. And again, we look at the great defense by Giannis Antetokounmpo as he forces a jump ball. As Landry Shamet tries to draw the foul, but Giannis able to rip it out of his hands. They call it a jump ball, but great defense there by Giannis as he goes vertical and just rips it out of Shamet's hands. They call it a jump ball. Could have been a steal or a block, depending on who called it. They called it a jump ball, and Giannis wins the jump ball easily. So a 7-point lead for the Bucks, 81-74. Pull up 3 once again for Giannis. He misses it short. Again, you play the scouting report. You give Giannis those shots every time. If he knocks it down, you tip your cap to him. Joe Harris mid-range sets up DeAndre instead for the 2-hand slam. But that threat of the mid-range jumper for Joe Harris was beautiful in that he was able to play off of that, kick it to DeAndre in time for the 2-hand slam. Another floater for Giannis. He couldn't get this one to fall, and the rebound goes to Joe Harris. But Joe Harris and Shamet weren't on the same page as Harris expected Shamet to run harder, and it was a turnover. So the Nets weren't able to capitalize there. But the replay of the setup from Joe Harris to DeAndre Jordan, very, very encouraging considering that the Nets are able to get more playmaking opportunities for other players outside of Durant and Irving. You look at Irving guarding against Drew Holiday in the post. Good defense there by Irving as he gets the back tip off of Drew Holiday. Turnover set up for the Nets to score. You look at KD. Durant kicks it to Shamet for a straightaway 3. The basket is good. So back and forth we go. Not much separation allowed by both teams here as the Bucks have led for the majority of this third quarter, about as many as 6. Seesawed back and forth between 5 and 6. 3-point shot for the Nets cuts the deficit to 2, but Brent Forbes comes back with a one-leg fadeaway. He gets his first 2-point basket of the game now with 11. Kevin Durant guarded by P.J. Tucker, crossover dribble back and forth, creates separation with the step back. The basket is good, but so much P.J. Tucker can do there. So it's an 83-81 game. 3:55 left here in the third. We look at this replay, crossover left to right, back left, step back jumper, the basket is good. We got a technical foul. Not quite sure who that technical was on. It might have been Durant. Durant was looking for the foul there. And we look at the replay. He got fouled. He did get fouled. PJ Tucker did hit his right elbow. But again, when you're 7 feet with the ability to score at the rate that he does, sometimes you do miss it. So the free throw is made, and the Bucks lead by 3 with possession. But again, back and forth we go. Both teams have been able to keep pace with each other. The three-point line has been very beneficial to both teams here. We look at the three-point shooting for the Bucks. The Bucks shooting 11 of 25 from 3. The Nets shooting 10 of 24. So they've kept pace with each other at the three-point line. That difference in 1-3 has created the separation, and we get a turnover as it's a moving screen on PJ Tucker. We look at Durant's numbers tonight, 28 points for Durant. Very, very efficient as usual. I mentioned his ability to get quality shots at all times, being a 7-foot guard. Durant again guarded by PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker using physicality to get into Durant, but they call a foul on PJ this time. So although Durant did get called for that technical foul, his energy has allowed and politicking has allowed for the refs to pay attention to that. PJ doing what he can. PJ is an intangibles guy. He's gonna get up into you defensively. He's gonna use his size, being 6'7". He's not wiry. He's very bulky, and again, willing to utilize the dirty work to his advantage. Durant able to draw that out. They say the foul's on the floor, so he'll be going to the bench. 12 of 22 from the floor, 28 points. PJ Tucker now with four fouls in 19 minutes, only 3 points for PJ. Kyrie Irving looking to run the pick and roll with Jeff Green. Green tried to dunk it over Brook Lopez. He misses it, rebounded by Jeff Teague. So we approach 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Bucks lead by 3. And Drew Holiday sets up an alley-oop for Brook Lopez. Lopez able to guide that through the basket. So it's a 5-point game. Irvin working the right baseline, blocked by Brook Lopez. Drew Holiday pushing, gets it to Forbes. Forbes thought about a 3, kicks it back out to Jeff Teague at the top, goes to Drew Holiday in the post, in the paint, pardon me, but Jeff Green is there. Holiday works it back out to the left corner for 3, unable to knock it down. So Nets looking to push, rebounded by Kyrie Irving. He gets it to Shamet. Shamet slows down, looking to cross over Pat Connaughton. Goes off the dribble. The basket is good. And that is the type of plays we want to see more from Shamet. Shamet has been a floor spreader for the Nets throughout the season. He's known to be a shooter, but he has the ability to go off the dribble. He has the ability to create, and I think sometimes, especially for him and Joe Harris, if teams play you specifically to be a shooter, you have to use that against them and just put it on the floor every now and then to keep them honest. That's why I spoke about Joe Harris and that play off the jump shot to set up DeAndre Jordan earlier for the two-hand slam. Those are the type of plays you want to see from the likes of Shamet over Joe Harris, because teams will only play them to be shooters. So if you play them specifically for that way, Shamet and Harris can use that against the defense, keep them honest with plays off the dribble, and it opens up more for the Nets. So we'll be back as Landry Shamet has an opportunity to complete an and one and cut into this Buck deficit. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. 2:28 left here in the third quarter as the Bucks now lead by 2 as Shamet makes the free throw to complete the M1. 86-84, Bucks with possession. Brent Forbes with 11 points here. Let's come up with some huge shots for the Bucks. Now with the basketball, they get it to Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday free throw line extended jumper, no good. Rebounded by Joe Harris. Harris with 5 points tonight. He gets it to Shamit. Shamit thought about a shot, kicks it to Jeff Green. Green misses the three. That three would have given the Nets a lead of 1, but instead Chris Middleton comes right back for 3. He misses it, rebounded by Shamit. So we look at the three-point shooting for both teams. Nets 10 of 25, Bucks 11 of 26. We look at the turnovers. The Nets 13 turnovers compared to the Bucks 8. But a three-point shot from Durant gives the Nets a 1-point game, 1-point lead, 87-86. Giannis getting ready to come back into the game. Holiday looking to respond. Left-hand layup is good. Durant 5 of 8 from 3, 31 points. He's keeping pace with Giannis, who has 36 points, and we still have the fourth quarter to play. So both players look like they're headed for a high 40-point game from Giannis and potentially a 50. And then you got Durant, who's capable of going off and potentially a 50-point game as well. Great defense from Brent Forbes there. Forces a tough pass from Durant. He gets it to Shamit. Shamit knocks him 3 from the right corner. So under a minute to play, Bucks trail by 2 here in the third quarter. 90-88. Brook Lopez can't finish over Tyler Johnson. Great defense there by Tyler Johnson. We get a jump ball by Lopez and Joe Harris. So great initial defense there by Tyler Johnson to prevent what would have been an easy finish by Brook Lopez inside. We got a jump ball. 43.8 seconds left here in the third quarter. Giannis back into the game. As I mentioned, 36 points, very, very efficient. 16 points here in the third quarter. Lopez able to win the tip. Giannis saved it from going to the backcourt. 10 on the shot clock. Giannis pull-up jumper over Jeff Green. Good. So the jump shot working for Giannis tonight. He's hit a number of threes tonight, 3 threes. He's knocked in a couple of mid-range jumpers from the paint, utilizing his post game as well to set up certain jump shots off the glass. So he's working all around his all-around offensive game here. Block on Kevin Durant by Brook Lopez forces the Nets to have to get back defensively. Giannis in the post, guarded by Shamit. Giannis initially took a double team, 7 on the clock. Giannis attacks Jeff Green. Spins back, kicks it to Drew Holiday for 3. Falls off, but the putback is not there by Brook Lopez. As time expired, it looked like that would have been an easy opportunity to give the Bucks the lead. But we go into the fourth tied as Giannis Antetokounmpo has 38 and Kevin Durant has 31. The game is tied at 90 between the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. We're back as we start this fourth quarter between two teams fighting for Eastern Conference supremacy. Brooklyn Nets come in with a record of 43-21. They're first in the East. The Milwaukee Bucks are 39-24. They're third in the East. Both teams tied at 90. 11:38 remaining. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 38 points coming into the fourth quarter. Kevin Durant with 31 points. Both top-tier MVP players have performed at premier levels tonight, keeping their teams in it. Tyler Johnson for 3 to start the fourth. No good. Jeff Teague gets the rebound, tries to get it ahead to Chris Middleton, but it sails out of bounds. So, with this last 11 minutes to play, obviously it's going to come down to the wire, and both teams are going to be tested based on their flaws. When you look at what the Nets have, they have the star power, but will their role players be ready to complement what they have to do down the stretch? For the Bucks, they have the experience, they played together, they have their core, but is Giannis going to be able to execute down the stretch? Can he be a go-to guy? Will those around him, being Drew Holiday or Chris Middleton, be able to keep up or support him if he's unable to score down the stretch as a playmaker. 3-point shot by Blake Griffin. Blake breaks the tie. Blake made that three straight away. Blake with the ball now. He gets it to Landry Shamet. Shamet for three. Good. So 2 straight threes for the Nets to start this fourth. Create separation. Nets up 6, 96-90. Shamet tonight. Unsung hero, 17 points, 4 of 6 from 3. Chris Middleton, top of the key, 3-point shot. Good. So that's a good competitive response for Chris Middleton, who's been a bit quiet here in the second half. They call that a long two. I'm sure they'll review that out of the next break. Joe Harris, straightaway 3 over Chris Middleton. No good. Rebounded by Dante DiVincenzo. So he gets it to Giannis. Giannis works the right sideline. Thought about going to the post for Middleton. Instead, drives baseline, takes contact from Blake Griffin, but can't finish a layup. Blake thought about a 3, goes back out to the top of the key for Joe Harris. Harris works the 2-man game with Griffin. Griffin just knocked in a 3, so he used the pump fake to get Brook Lopez moving, and they work it around the perimeter to Landry Shamet. He misses a 3 off the back rim. So 96-92, Bucks trail by 4. This has been a game of runs. Middleton takes a 3. He's fouled by Blake Griffin. So I spoke about Middleton being a bit quiet over the second half. He's coming up huge here in the fourth quarter. 3-point shot by Middleton, and I'm sure they'll review that long 2 to see if that was a 3. But he knocked this 3 down as Blake didn't give Middleton room to land, and it was a bit of contact as well. So with this free throw, he'll have an opportunity to tie the game at 96. Middleton tonight with 21 points, 9 of 16 from the floor, 3 of 5 from 3. Free throw for Middleton is good, and we're tied at 96. On the floor for the Nets, Jeff Green, Landry Shamet, Blake Griffin, and Kevin Durant, and Tyler Johnson. For the Bucks, Dante DiVincenzo, Pat Connaughton, Chris Middleton, Jeff Teague, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Good defense there by Middleton as he's able to deflect the ball away from Kevin Durant in the post. Possession will stay with the Nets, but is 11 on the shot clock. Kyrie Irving comes back into the game. Kyrie Irving comes back into the game for Tyler Johnson. Back into the post, Kevin Durant guarded by Chris Middleton. On the weak side, great block by Dante DiVincenzo as he tightened that perfectly to get that block on Durant. So possession goes to the Bucks. Off the spin, Giannis kicks it out to Pat Connaughton. The 3-point shot no good off the back rim. So good defense, good timing defensively by the Nets as they time that spin by Giannis perfectly. The kick out to Pat Connaughton was there, but the initial defense on Giannis was spectacular. Mid-range jumper by Jeff Green, no good. Offensive rebound to Kyrie Irving. He can't get the layup to fall. The offensive rebound for Blake Griffin, he couldn't get the layup. Possession will stay with the Nets, but some easy opportunities there by the Nets at the rim. Just wasn't able to get that to fall. So the shot clock will reset to 14, and possession will go to the Nets. Inbounding will be Kyrie Irving. Irving baseline out of bounds looking for Durant. Instead, he'll go to Shamet. And we got a 5-second violation as Irving was a bit too predetermined there on where he wanted to go with the ball. The denial there by Chris Middleton made it very difficult to pass to Kevin. And by the time Kyrie decided to go to Shamet, it's a 5-second violation. That's the 15th turnover there for the Brooklyn Nets. And now the Bucks in turn get their own turnover as we get a offensive foul by Giannis. Good defense there by Blake Griffin to take that charge. Giannis dipped his right shoulder and made it really, really easy to call right in front of the ref. If you look at the points off of turnovers both ways, the Bucks have 16 points off of Nets turnovers. And we look at Giannis come right back with the slam. Good defense there by the Bucks as Giannis was able to get out and run, get a 2-point lead for the Bucks. So Giannis with 40 points, 18 of 28 from the floor. Kyrie Irving looking to respond with the three. He misses it off the back rim. Good effort there on the glass by Dante DiVincenzo. He doesn't get the rebound, but his effort actually forced the rebound out to Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday on the right wing for three. Good. So big three there by the Bucks as they create a 5-point lead, 101-96, 7:29 left here in the fourth. The Bucks defense is clamped down, and they've been able to get out and run and create some opportunities. We look at this mishap by the Nets, another turnover. We look at Chris Middleton find Giannis for the two-hand slam, and then again the missed three by Kyrie Irving allowed for the Bucks to get out and run. Giannis able to drive and kick to Drew Holiday for a three from the right wing. So it's a 5-point game, 101-96. We'll be back after this Nets timeout. Welcome back to this Game of Day by Isaiah presentation of the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. The Milwaukee Bucks lead the Brooklyn Nets 101-96 behind Giannis Antetokounmpo's 40 points. This is Giannis Antetokounmpo's 18th career 40-point game. He's had to do so to negate the likes of Kevin Durant, who just knocked in a three from the left wing, and now Durant has 34 points. Both going at it, both MVP players here in this game. Giannis looking to respond with a three of his own. Big three by Giannis in response. Giannis now with 4 3-point shots tonight. So Giannis with 43 points. Giannis shooting 19 of 29 from the floor. Kevin Durant 14 of 26, and PJ Tucker able to time that pass from Kyrie Irving to Kevin Durant perfectly to get that turnover. Drew Holiday with the basketball directing, gets it to Giannis. Giannis takes Kyrie into the post. They switch with Kevin Durant on him. Durant fouls Giannis as Giannis drives across the lane, look to take a fadeaway. Kevin Durant picks up that foul. So Giannis, who hasn't been the best from the free throw line tonight, that's been really his only flaw. Look at the stats so far tonight. Giannis 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Despite that, 43 points, 19 of 29 from the floor, 4 of 7 from three. This is the most threes he's made in a game this season. So he's coming up with a big MVP caliber performance when it matters most. First free throw for Giannis is good. It hits the back rim, goes up, comes down off the front rim and rattles in. So hit every part of that rim there, but able to fall in. Bucks go up by 6, 105-99. Both teams have battled valiantly all night. The Bucks started the game hot. They went up by as many as 14 in that in the first quarter. But then the Bucks respond. They went up by as many as 6 in that second quarter. Went into the half up 3. Then we went into the fourth with the game tied at 90. And since then, the Bucks have been able to open up a 6-point lead with Giannis at the free throw line. He makes both, so now the Bucks are up 7. So we approach 6 minutes to play here in the fourth. Kyrie Irving kicks it to Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin for 3, no good. I'm not sure that was the type of shot Steve Nash wanted at this time of the game. Although Blake was open, that's the type of shot that the Bucks want the Nets to take. That's more of a bailout. Giannis attacks the rim. He misses with the left hand. Great contest there by Jeff Green at the rim. Looking to respond is Durant. Mid-range jumper, left to right crossover. The crossover creates separation, and he knocks in the mid-range jumper. We get a timeout as Bucks lead by 5, 106-101 with 6:01 left here in the fourth. It looks like on that contest at the rim, Jeff Green might have taken a shot to his mid region. He still was able to come down with the one-hand rebound and get it to Durant without stopping play. He's grimacing just a little bit. So we'll be back as this is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. The Milwaukee Bucks lead the Brooklyn Nets 106-101. Stay tuned. Welcome back out of this timeout. 9 on the shot clock. Bucks have to get a shot off. Chris Middleton looking to attack, takes contact, looking for the foul, able to get the floater up as the shot clock is winding down. With 5 seconds on the shot clock, got a tough floater to go. So up 7, Kevin Durant looking to respond, takes a 3 off the front rim. He misses it, but coming skying in for the offensive rebound is Blake Griffin, and he slams it home with the left hand. So a lot was made about Blake Griffin not dunking the basketball for 2 years prior to joining the Nets. And since then, he's been coming up with some timely dunks every now and then to show you there's still some spring there when necessary. We look at the missed 3 from Durant off the front rim with the left hand. Blake actually took a bit of contact from P.J. Tucker there, no call, but still able to finish it with the left hand. So we approach 5 minutes to play. Nets trail by 5 with possession, 108-103. Kevin Durant, 34 points, guarded by P.J. Tucker. Took the foul from P.J., took a hit to the face, shooting from that right corner. Durant will be going to the free throw line. Durant, one of the scoring maestros this game, has produced at 7 foot. He's able to get every shot possible. The only way you can really defend him is to get physical with him, and even that at times proves to no avail. But P.J. Tucker willing to put in the time, willing to put in the grunt work necessary. Durant tonight, 15 to 28, 36 points. He's coming off of a 42-point performance against Indiana, in which he also had 10 assists. Durant with a rare miss. He's usually approaching 90% free throw shooting every year. But again, the all-around play from Durant is second to none. All-around scoring more so. 15 to 28 from the floor in 35 minutes. 6 of 10 from the floor from 3. He goes 1 of 2 at the line, so it's a 4-point game. Still the 2-possession lead for the Bucks. They've been able to get to this point behind 44 points from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He has the ball, guarded by Blake Griffin. Going off the dribble, he attacks Blake, thinks better of it with 10 on the clock, dribbles back out. Goes off the dribble to drop baseline. At the rim, the layup is good. Giannis Antetokounmpo showing versatility. He saw the wall set up, dribbled it back out, went baseline instead of going straight to the middle. Durant for 3, good. Durant right back with 38 points. 40 points. 40 points for Kevin Durant in response to Giannis's 47. Can he get to 50? He misses the 3. So it's 110-107, Bucks lead, but Blake Griffin at the rim. The reverse layup, no good. Great contest there from Giannis to get back despite the missed 3. Chris Middleton with 4 minutes left. The Bucks working around the Dante DiVincenzo from the right corner. He misses a 3. Rebounded by Drew Holiday. He gets it out to Pat Connaughton, who knocks in a 3 from the top of the key. So the broken play offense forced the Nets to scramble. And on the offensive glass, Drew Holiday able to set up that opportunity for Pat Connaughton. Durant looking to respond offensively. He misses the mid-range jumper, rebounded by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo with 47 takes the mid-range jumper, misses it off the back rim. Rebounded by Kyrie Irving. Irving for 3. He misses it off the back rim. So both teams missing some jump shots. Mike Budenholzer wants to slow things down. We'll be back with more. This is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. 113-107. Bucks lead the Nets with the basketball. Stay tuned. Welcome back as the Bucks lead the Nets. 113-107. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 47 points. Kevin Durant with 40. Chris Middleton comes out of that timeout, misses a straightaway 3. Nets trail by 6. They get it to Durant. Durant works the right baseline. Looking to attack Middleton. He's fouled. Durant previously went to the free throw line with 1 of 2 at the line. 2:55 left here in the fourth. The Nets lead the East 43-21. The Bucks are 39-24. Bucks trailed 3.5 games behind the Nets. The Nets are a half game ahead of the Sixers, who play later tonight. They play the San Antonio Spurs. Durant's first free throw good, so it's still a 2-possession game. If we look at the replay, Durant working the right sideline, able to take Middleton baseline. There was no help there. So if Middleton did not foul, it would have been an easy basket for Durant at the rim. Durant makes both free throws. Still a two-possession game, 113 to 109. The Bucks have been able to cling to small leads here throughout the second half. The Nets have responded by taking leads as well. But Giannis, for 47, looking to attack Blake Griffin, trying to kick it out to Pat Connaughton. Great defense there by Durant. We look at Giannis, fade away. He can't get it to fall, but he gets the offensive rebound and is fouled. He's fouled by Blake Griffin going for that rebound. If we look at the replay, Blake going for the loose ball, dived for the ball, and Giannis, who's just coming back from a sprained ankle, is fortunate to get his left foot up in time, so he wasn't trapped. That would have been catastrophic there. But it'll be Griffin's fourth foul. They have to reset the shot clock there because it's a foul and not a loose ball. Here in the fourth, although Durant with 42 and Giannis for 47, both have struggled with their jump shots down the stretch. I know down the stretch, the pressure is definitely going to be on the stars. The role players have been coming up huge as well. The Bucks clinging to a 4-point lead. They get it to Middleton. Middleton guarded by Jeff Green. Mid-range jumper is good. Great defense there by Jeff Green. Great defense there by Jeff Green. Just better offense. Durant calling for ISO. He's guarded by Chris Middleton, and Middleton fouls Durant. 2:07 left here in the fourth quarter. We look at the replay. Middleton on the left block, going one-on-one with Jeff Green off the dribble, working his way left, then crossover back right. Fadeaway jumper, good. Middleton, one of the best shooters in this game, very efficient. He's going to find his way to get to that 50, 40, 90 every season. When you look at what Middleton has done, especially developing himself as a Milwaukee Bucks, he's coming from the G League to establish himself as an all-star in this game and work his way into a second option for the Bucks to complement Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's done a great job in doing so. 2:07 remaining. There's blood coming from Blake Griffin and going for that loose ball, so they have to stop play to make sure that he's not bleeding profusely, so he can get back on the floor. Again, this game has been a game of runs. The Nets were up by as many as 14 in the first quarter. The Bucks came back in the second quarter, got up by as many as 6. They went into the second half up by 3. Then in the third quarter, the Bucks increased their lead. They were up by 7. The Nets came back and responded, tied the game at 90 going into the fourth. Then the Nets went up by 6 in the fourth. The Bucks have responded, and now they're up by 6. So we approach 2 minutes remaining, 115, 109. Kyrie Irving on the floor with the Nets. So Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, Joe Harris, and Jeff Green. Great defense by Giannis as he blocks Kevin Durant. It goes straight to Jeff Green. He finds Kyrie Irving coming to that right wing. The three-point shot is good. So great initial defense by Giannis. They couldn't get that rebound, and it turned into a 3 for the Nets. So it's a 3-point game. We're under 2 minutes to play. Giannis Antetokounmpo with the ball. 47 points tonight. He's been masterful. Jrue Holiday at the rim. He's fouled by Blake Griffin. Jrue Holiday able to work his way left and attack the paint. We look at this initial defense by Giannis. He blocks Kevin Durant. Jeff Green is there for the rebound. Finds Kyrie Irving. Great defense by Jrue Holiday. Just better offense. So the first free throw for Holiday is no good. That's a tough miss there. Right now, points at a premium. 138 left. You need all the points you can get. Holiday so far tonight, 1 of 3 from the free throw line on the season, just under 80% at 79.6. He misses both. That's a bad miss at the free. That's a bad missed opportunity there. Pressure starting to mount. 3-point game. Kyrie Irving looking to tie it. He misses it. Wow, that would have been a big, big three there. 3-point game still. Bucks 115 to 112. We approach 1 minute remaining and go to Giannis. Giannis one-on-one with Blake Griffin. Going to the spin. Working the up and under. Wow. Great spin back to his left hand. And he was able to get Blake Griffin in the air just enough to finish that layup. So it's a 5-point game, 117 to 112. Nets trail the Bucks. Kyrie Irving, guarded by PJ Tucker. 59 seconds left. At the rim, Irving able to finish over Giannis. Good initial defense there by PJ to lead Kyrie into Giannis. But again, the skill set of Kyrie Irving, despite his diminutive size, able to finish at the rim. So the Bucks go back to Giannis. Giannis, guarded by Blake Griffin, takes the mid-range jumper. He misses it off the front rim. Rebounded by Kevin Durant. Durant with 42.7 rebounds and 2 assists. Durant picked up by Dante DiVincenzo. 3-point shot for Durant. No good. Rebounded by Chris Middleton. So it's a 6-point differential between shot clock and game clock. Right now, there's 17 seconds left on the shot clock. So the Nets can defend straight up, get the stop, and come back offensively. Bucks utilizing time. Can they get a shot off? Chris Middleton can't get the shot to fall. It goes off the back rim. Initially, you look at the defense by Kyrie Irving. He almost forced a backcourt violation. But we look at the miss from Chris Middleton as the shot clock expired. Rebounded by Kevin Durant. Nets call timeout. They'll probably adjust the time just a bit. It says 3.6 right now, but they call timeout. So we'll be back. The Bucks lead by 3, 117 to 104, 117 to 114. Pardon me. We'll be back with more as this is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. So we're back. They don't put time on the clock. I'm surprised. They don't put time back on the clock. It's 3.6 to play here in the fourth. The Bucks lead by 3, 117 to 114. It's been a great individual performance by the Stars. Kevin Durant straightaway 3 to tie it. He misses it off the front rim short, and that'll do it. So the Bucks able to come back. I mentioned them trailing by as many as 14 in the first quarter, but it's a game of runs. The Bucks were able to come back, take the lead throughout, and sustain the lead despite a spectacular performance from Kevin Durant with 42 points. Unfortunately, Kyrie Irving didn't have the best offensive performance tonight, only 15 points. But again, that does not pale in comparison to the all-around play that the Nets got offensively. Great performances from the likes of Landry Shamet, who had 17 points. Blake Griffin came up huge with 11 points. Pardon me, I said 15 points for Kyrie. He had 20. He did come up with some huge shots, especially a 3-point shot late in the fourth. So he had 20. Again, Landry Shamet with 17 points. DeAndre Jordan had 10. Blake Griffin off the bench had 11. And he definitely came up huge in the fourth with some huge rebounds, some good effort on the glass as well, making it difficult for Giannis down the stretch. But Giannis, MVP level performance, especially coming back off that ankle injury, understanding the magnitude of this game. He scored 49 points, was 4 of 8 from 3, the most 3-pointers he's made in the game this season. When it mattered most, he had 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Chris Middleton came up huge in the fourth quarter. He had 26 points, 11 of 21 from the floor, 3 of 7 from 3, including a huge 4-point play in the fourth to tie the game. Middleton also had 11 rebounds and 6 assists. Drew Holiday had 18.7 of 16 from the floor. He had a number of threes. Unsung hero tonight, who probably won't be mentioned, but I'll mention him, is Brent Forbes. Brent Forbes, 4 of 7 from the floor. He had 12 points, 3 huge 3-pointers throughout the game to give the Bucks separation when it mattered most. So to see the role players coming up huge for the Bucks against the star power of the Nets, both teams had great role players contribute, but the stars had to show out, and they did. Again, Giannis with 49 points tonight. Kevin Durant in response with 42 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. So the stars stood up. It just wasn't a matter of who came up with the shots at the end. The Bucks were able to hold on and finish out a tough win, 117 to 114. Both teams will be back at it uh, later on this week coming up. So we will see how the Nets respond and climb to this level of performance against Giannis. What level of defensive adjustments will they make? I know they allow for the jump shots for Giannis, and defensively, that's what you want to do. If he makes them, you tip your cap to him. He made them tonight, and it helped the Bucks uh, pull out tough victory. You look at the team stats, the field goal percentage, the Bucks were able to shoot 49% from the floor. The Nets just 42%. From the free throw line, the Nets 15 of 17, while the Bucks shot 6 of 12. So the fact that they were still able to put up 117 despite only making 6 free throws shows you the level of proficiency that they were able to get in the paint and from the three-point line. From the three-point line, the Nets were 17 of 42, while the Bucks were 15 of 37. Points off turnovers were huge as well. The Nets had only had 16 turnovers and gave up 20 points off the turnovers. When you look at what the Bucks were able to do in the paint, 48 points in the paint compared to 32 points in the paint for the Nets. It's a game of styles, and the Bucks were able to utilize both paint work. The foundation of that was Giannis, and then the players around Giannis were able to knock down 3 pointers as well. With that said, both teams will be back at it later this week, so stay tuned for that as I will cover that. This is the Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Appreciate you for watching it. Again, the Bucks defeated the Nets 117 to 114. Thanks for watching. Peace.